Hello, hello, hello. This is Wally Waiters Live, the conscious creator, and I am back. So if anybody's out there right now, I want you guys to jump on here and hear what I have to say. It's been a while since I've been on Facebook Live, but I feel I have a valuable message that I'd like to get out to everybody tonight. Not tomorrow, but tonight. So if you're out there right now, show me some love by just clicking in and joining. I'm not going to tag anybody in this right now. I just want to see you organically sees this pop up at this stage in the game. So if you're out there, I want you to pop on here right now. I will tag a few people. I don't know who exactly. We got oh my gosh, the man which is a meal. What's up, baby? Good to see you out here right now. I'm glad to see you joining in. And if anybody else is out there right now, I want you to jump onto this feed and hear what I got to say today, because I got a very valuable message. And you know what? I want to keep it very real with everybody. I'm trying to shut this box down. I don't know how to do it. So I'm trying to shut this screen out. Okay, Neil Hornick, my old college roommate. Homie, roomie, good to see you right there, you guys. So my message today is twofold. Do you know your value, and do you know your worth, and what do you base your value upon? Well, I know, I want to tell you a couple stories right here. I was talking to someone just the other day, and this person's been struggling a bit. They've been in a relationship where they've been getting beat up, down, and sideways, if you know what I'm saying. Okay, Neil, hey, what's up, Rumi? So it's like, and you know what happened? They started valuing something. They were called, you're a bleep, you're a blap, you're a blop, you're this, you're that, you're not this about you, that, for years and years. And they got to cycle this and process through their mind. And all of a sudden, they started basing their value on words that were spoken in an abusive situation. Maybe you've been rich before, and maybe you lost a lot of money. And people value you based on the money you have, but how do you value yourself? Do you value yourself based on what's in your pocket? Or do you value yourself on what's based in your heart? Do you know your worth? Like, I'm going to tell you a story, you guys. Good, listen. I like the song with, Jay-Z. He says, talking about Mike Tyson, all that money in one night. 30 million for one fight. And as soon as that money was gone, all the bleeping pigeons took flight. That song is fact, you guys. Maybe you've been riding high for many years and you find yourself in a humble position. What's going on in your mind right now? You're thinking that I'm worthless. Oh my gosh, you're crawled up in a freaking fetal position right now, wondering what the heck happened to me. Wake up. Get up and stand up is what I'm going to tell you right now. And listen, let me ask you a question right now. Have you ever been in a position where you base your value not on who you are, but by what you have? Now, raise your hands. If you wrote it, post in the box in a comment. See, I did base myself and my value myself on basically who I am. Have you based and value yourself on what other people think about you? Yes. And what other people think about you. Have you based your value on what you think about yourself? Which one matters first, you guys? I know a lot of people as I walk in the transformational space, and you know what? Why are we in transformation? Because we've been through bleep, you guys. We've been through crap, and we want to fix ourselves and make it. Thank you for the likes, thank you for the loves, thank you for the hearts, you guys, and thank you for representing now. Now, I'm telling you a story. I got a story to tell for y'all right now. If all you do as you think you're worth. What happens? The Apostle Paul wrote something that I really like. He said, you know what? Y'all, I've been rich and I've been poor. I've been well fed and I've been on the street starving. But one thing I learned to do is be content in myself. Not based upon what anybody else thinks, but knowing that I know everything in terms of my life. And I can do all things through him who gives me strength. All I'm telling you guys is this. I don't know where you're at in your life today. Maybe you're that person right there who's struggling, right? You're struggling to know your value and worth. Maybe you lost your job, you lost your income, you lost your dog died, or you had a loss. How many people have had a loss in the past few years? When I say a loss, I mean you've lost a loved one. You've lost a spouse. You've lost a business. You've lost a job. You lost friends, and people started saying all kind of crazy stuff about you. Is that you? Listen, I can tell you I lost my father, okay, about 6 months ago and have not been able to fix. I'm going to talk about a friend of mine and business partner. He lost an 8-year-old kid a few weeks ago, 18 years old, way too soon. And you suffer this loss. It's like, what do I do now? And maybe you're that person right now who's curled up in a fetal position and you're like saying, Wally, I need to hear this message tonight. And I'm going to tell you, your feet did not fail you in bringing you to hear this message, because I'm coming to speak the truth. You guys know we heard this thing, and I talked to a dear friend of mine, Robin, a long time, a few weeks ago before she went to South Africa. She told me, Wally, I know you've been through a lot of change in your life, but have you forgiven yourself? Have you risen up to this? Have you allowed yourself to forgive yourself for whatever happened? Because it's not your fault. Alan Shrem, what's going on, my brother? Because one thing I realize, you guys, is when you find yourself and when you're in a lofty position, everybody's around you, love me, but you start to find yourself trickling down. You've been humbled, you've been broken. Next thing you know, people are throwing crumbs at you. The pigeons with Mike Tyson. Let me throw you a couple crumbs. Oh man, what happened? Oh, I remember when you used to have a big house, a car, a huge business. Oh, lions and tigers and bears, oh my. You're sitting up in the closet right now and you're drinking that bottle, holding it tight, and you're thinking, man, I don't want to live anymore. There's too many people out there with that attitude, you guys. And my point is this, you guys, if you know someone who's struggling, don't be the oppressor, don't be the judge, but be the person who shows them love, who shows them their value, who shows them their worth. Because the worst thing that can happen when you have someone's in a bad position, you don't talk to them. And maybe that person who's isolated right now. I talked to someone today, they told me that when they got really in a bad spot, they isolated them from all their friends and the family members. They were sitting up there, didn't want to speak to them, but they're hiding out in the darkness and thinking, no one's going to get me, no one loves me, no one understands me, I don't have any money, what's there to live for? I'm telling you, you got everything to live for. Because life, you guys, is about changes and cycles, about making a difference. And one thing I realized, when you find yourself in that position that you're not who you're supposed, not who you were, that's not your value, that's not your worth, and people will demean you. They'll step on you, they'll throw crumbs at you, they'll humiliate you. But at the same time, you guys, I'm telling you, there's a scripture that I love so much. You know what it says, you guys? This is when Jesus was speaking to man. He was by the pool of Bethesda. And you know what happened? He was sitting there. People were walking by him all day because they knew there was a promised land. They were walking into the pool because the mystic was angels would come up a certain time of day and people would get healed. And you know what he said to himself? He said, Jesus, I've been here for a long time. People just keep beating me to the punch here. Jesus said to him, he said, yo, arise, pick up your mat and walk. In other words, arise, that means to stand up. Bob might think about, get up stand up for your rights. Get up, stand up, don't give up the fight. And don't give up the fight. The other thing I want to tell you is this. He said, take up your mat. What does the mat represent? The mat represents the burden. The mat represents the trials, the tribulations, the rejection, the humiliation, losing things, losing people, losing life, losing material possessions. He said, take up your mat, take responsibility, he said, to walk. In other words, start to step. We're talking a guy who was paralyzed. And with those words, he arose and he walked. Thank you for the love and thank you for the hearts. Whoever's giving them, keep on letting it flow. Faith, what's going on, girl? And walk, you guys, because you have to walk at a certain point. You know what? I'll tell you this. I've been up and I've been down. You know, I've been pushed around, twisted, humiliated. But one thing I can tell you this, that within my heart and my soul, although I may struggle at times, I know I have the consciousness to realize that today is a new day. Tomorrow is another day. And I have a favorite quote I'm going to give you right now. And it's simply this: yesterday is history. Tomorrow's a mystery. Today is a gift. And this is why we call it the present. Yesterday. Well, I remember back when I used to have this. I remember when I was a high school football player. I remember the year we won the state championship. I remember when I won the wrestling state championship. You know, it's that old song again, you guys. Yesterday, life was such an easy game to play. Now I need a place to hide away. Oh, I believe in yesterday. What I'm talking about, you guys. And that song yesterday just popped me. Suddenly, I'm not half the man I used to be. There's a shadow hanging over me. Oh my gosh. There's no shadow hanging over you. I'm trying to tell you, yesterday is history. So if you're out there right now, I know a friend who was a big baseball player back in high school, you know. We're talking about those glory days, and you're just hanging on the glory days. I had the big office, I had the big car, I had the big wife. All the ladies used to dig me. That's history. We're talking about arise. Pick up your mat again and walk. It's over. It's time for a new beginning. And you know what? As you realize that yesterday is history again. Tomorrow's a mystery, guys. Do you know what's going to happen tomorrow? I know the scripture says, do not worry about your life, what you'll eat or what you'll drink or what you wear, right? But seek first the kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be added unto you. Don't worry. So it's a mystery. I'm not going to worry about tomorrow. What does it say? Today is a gift. That's why we call it the present. Enjoy the gift that you have today, okay? Because too many of us, how many of you guys are warriors, right? How many of show of hands? If you're a warrior, starts hitting some hearts down there. If you're worried about what's going to happen tomorrow, am I going to have money to eat? Am I going to have enough to pay my bills? Am I going to be able to make my mortgage? If that's you out there, what do? Jesus said in the scriptures, who of you can add one stature to his cubit or to his height by worrying? But seek first the kingdom of God, his righteousness, and all these things will be added unto you. So my point is this, you guys. If you're living in the past, it's time to move forward. If you're living in the future, it's time to be grounded right here, right now, today. Back to my premise. Hey, Janice, what's up, girl? Why do we worry about the future? You know, like I said, my friend lost his son. He had a whole future ahead of him. But what about the day? What about that day? What about today? Hug your kids, love your loved ones. Look at value of what you have in your life right now, guys. Don't be the one thinking, oh my gosh, because you know what? We've all suffered loss. We've all suffered loss. And I tell you one thing, I wrote a quote a while back, you know, I've learned much more on the way down than on the way up, because you realize who is genuine, who's authentic. And you know what? I want to tell you guys, you are valuable. So if you're in that place right now, you've been wondering, you've been praying, you've been asking, you've been seeking, you've been knocking, you just don't see things happening, don't give up the fight and don't give up hope, because someone out there knows you're valuable. Again, you can't, my premise is you cannot give what you don't have. If I don't love myself, how am I going to love someone else? If I don't believe in myself, how is anyone else going to believe in me? I talked to a buddy of mine the other day, Eddie Arbolito, what's up? Eddie told me a story. He said, you know what, Wally? I've lost a couple of friends of mine. They lost their business, their finances, their marriage. And they decided life was not worth living anymore. And he said, you know what? I want to reach out to my friends. I want to reach out to my family. I want to reach out to my loved ones and make sure that they are okay. And I'm going to ask you a question right now. Are you okay? Or you out there faking it? I'm going to just keeping it real with you guys. You know what? You ain't got no job, but you still get dressed up. You have your laptop and you go down to Starbucks and you hang out there, drink a few cups of coffee, work on your computer. And you come back home, but you got that happy face on. You got on the happy face, ching, 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 I'm still who I am. Question and challenge for you. Does anybody out there really know what's going on in your life? Does anybody really know what time it is? Does anybody really care? That's the question you have to ask yourself. How are you going to find out if people care? Because you got to start being authentic, and you got to be able to share with people what the real truth is in their life, what's really happening in their life. And here's what's going to happen once you die. You're going to see some people going to be like, wow, I'm sorry to hear that. I remember back when you had a big house, you had a family, you had a huge multi-million-dollar business, but you're going to have some people say, oh, that's good. Well, you're a smart guy. You'll end up on your feet. And you're going to have some people actually take the time to believe in you and tell you, you know what? Man, I got your back. You were there for me. I'll never forget that. I got your back. And the funny thing is, you know, past couple of months, I've been through a couple of things, keeping it real with you guys. And I had people come back to me and remind me who I was. My brother, who I used to give all these videos and quotes and this and that. He said to me, Wally, you know what you're supposed to do. Another friend of mine, full circle, bringing it back, telling me this. And I'm telling you this because I spoke to someone today, and she told me, honestly, she said, Wally, people don't know what's going on in my life. They don't know I'm struggling financially. And you know what I told her? I said, you know what? If they don't know, how can they help you? If they don't hear, how can they assist you? So my message to you is simply this: own up to who you are, okay? Own up to what you're doing and share with people. You'd be surprised how many people will actually come along and help you. There's a buddy of mine the other day. He said, Wally, there's a difference here, you know. It's one thing to humble yourself. It's another thing to be humiliated. What is humiliation? I thought about Christ on the cross the other day, you know. He was beaten for our iniquities. He was led to a sheep to slaughter, and yet he did not open his mouth. He was humiliated. But good news is, he died so we can live. And for those who celebrate Passover, those who celebrate Good Friday and Easter, for us, he's alive and he has risen. And I'm going to tell you, maybe you feel like you're down in the dumps. Maybe you feel like you've been crucified, hung out to dry by your friends, your family, your loved one, anyone you think had any value. And maybe you want to make the wrong decision. Maybe you want to take that drug, drink this liquor, do something freaking stupid. Don't bleep, 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 do that. Because you have value, you have worth, you have love. There's someone out there who loves you. There is someone out there who loves you. Mary, keep on commenting, Mary. I feel you 150%, Mary, right? And you know what I'm talking about here. Sometimes, you guys, you find yourself in a position and you look up into the sky and say, God, how did I get here? Now, Christ in the day, he was in the garden. He said, my God, why have you forsaken me? And maybe you're looking at other people in life and said, why have you forsaken me? And why have you actually left me out to dry and hung me out? I never did anything bad to you. You know, you didn't do anything bad. Christ was here healing people. He was doing good deeds, miracles, signs, and wonders, feeding 5,000 people, and yet he was not appreciated. So who are you to complain at this point? You have not struggled unto bloodshed, striving against sin in life. So therefore, cast off the weights and the things that so easily ensnare you and live your life in a way that can be uplifting to other people, where you can be an example. You can be an example, but also whatever you're going through now is going to be utilized in someone else's life to change your life one day. And I want to encourage you, and thank you, Mary, thank you for commenting there. I want to encourage you that it's all for the better. You may sit here and wonder why all these things happen, but if you're able to hang in there, you're going to see the best and the betterment come out in people. You bring out the best in other people, they will bring out the best in you. So my challenge, you guys, reach out and touch someone. If you're struggling, don't sit there curled up in the fetal position with a handle of vodka, drinking it. Don't start doing all these drugs and bleep, because it's not going to get you anywhere. And I'm coming clean and telling you guys, life is precious. Enjoy it every step of the way. It's precious. Losing that 18-year-old kid a couple weeks ago, it broke my heart, because I did love the kid, my buddy's son. My buddy hasn't reached back out to me since. I'm blocked on every platform, and I don't know why. Maybe it's morning, but if you're out there right now, Bub, and you're listening, you know you got love and support from me, no matter what. No matter what. And for those of you out there who are struggling, if you want to reach out to me, Mary, anybody else, you want to give me a shout out or holler at me, I am here for you. Bob Muller, Big Bob in the house. What's up, Big Bob? We're talking about knowing value and knowing worth. And Bob, you know, sometimes we go through things in life, but we have to make sure we continue to keep the faith. We have to strive on. We walk by faith and not by sight. Faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. So what are you hoping for today? What are you striving for today? What is your wishing for today? Are you lonely? Are you seeking love? Are you seeking affection? Or are you seeking finances? Whatever. I know. Funny, somebody told me one time, you know, I know a lot of rich people, a lot of money, but they're miserable. I always ask this question: would you rather be rich and miserable or poor and miserable? I choose rich and miserable any day of the week. At least I can cover my bills. But my point is, whatever you're lonely, you're looking for a relationship, you're looking for healing, looking for redemption, whatever you're looking for, I want to tell you there's hope. There's hope for you out there. It doesn't matter what everybody say about your value. You may look at yourself in the mirror and say, damn it, I gained 20 pounds. I'm bloated. Women out there, I'm bloated. I don't look good no more. I can't fit into this dress no more. Is that where you base your value, based upon your looks? What about the heart? We always talk about, oh, I don't look at the outside, I look at the heart. Listen, if you really look at the heart, how do you value yourself again? And I'm not putting down you victims of abuse. I'm not putting down people that abuse, but I'm telling you, if you step to the table, you better for sure know exactly who you are and know your worth. Because if you're looking for rich, fancy cars, looking for boats and all this stuff, and all the things we put value on in this world, it has nothing to do in the future world, you guys. Mary, thank you for the love out there. I'm going to close with this, you guys. This is my challenge. This is my hey, What up, Claudel? What's going on, my brother? This is my challenge. This is my exhortation to you today. First of all, I want to tell you that Wally Waiters, the conscious creator, is back. I'm back. I've arisen, and I'm here to deliver. And I want to tell you this. If you find yourself in a position right now today, where maybe things aren't going the way you, maybe a little bit depressed, maybe you're stressed, maybe you're worried about whether I can pay my mortgage today, my car note, oh my gosh, I have enough to feed the kids. I want to tell you, you got to have faith. You got to keep moving on. And my point, if you're so high and lofty, and you walk around like everything's good, you walk into a room and everybody starts to swoon you because you got your swag. I'm going to say, fake it till you make it, yes, but keep it real and keep it authentic. Because if people think you're doing so good all the time, when are you going to get the help? How are you going to get the help? How are you going to have people help you? I've been to seminars all around the world, you guys. And I meet people from different levels who are being transformed and changed in their lives. But you know what? They've been through a lot of bleep, a lot of deep suffering, a lot of deep trials and tribulations, which push us to the point we make a decision, I don't want to live like this anymore, and I want to change my life. But if you're so prideful that you won't know anybody what's going on, and some of us are raised that way, we fake it till we make it, yes we do, and speak with confidence, and walk in the room, and shake their hand, and squeeze their hand. Great. But the other thing is to know your value, know your worth. If someone tries to throw you peanuts, you can receive it. But fight for your right. Manifest abundantly what you want. Ask, seek, and knock. Ask, and you shall receive. Seeking, you'll find. Knocking, the door will be open unto you. Keep on knocking. Keep on asking. Keep on seeking. And you will find. That's a promise out there. It may not be from the people you thought you were, because I can tell you from my own experience. It's interesting. There are people who actually are envious of your success sometimes. And they will do whatever they can to throw cheap shots at you. I read a post my friend Karen put up. Karen Rumey, I love you if you're out there. But Karen put something up. She copied and pasted, says, you know, I've done this for people, done that for people. But where are the people when I need help? Where are the people when I need reach out for someone? Where are the people out there when I need somebody? You've been there for everybody. You say no one's there for you. Guess what? These are facts, y'all. These are facts straight up. And I'm going to say, first of all, thank you guys for tuning in. I'm taking the challenge. I'm back. I'm live again, you guys. I've been through stuff since my father died last August, and 8 months went by with many trials and tribulations. And I was in a position, I'm thinking, man, I can't get on here and talk to these people. I'm struggling right now. But there were a couple of people in my life who came and kicked me in the ass and told me, you know what? Stand up. I thank all of you guys. You know who you are. And for the other ones out there, nothing but love for you too. But keeping it real and keeping it 100 with y'all. If I've inspired you, if I've encouraged you, here's what I want you to do. I want you to tag this message. I want you to share this message. I want you to love this message. And I want you to forward to as many people as you possibly can. Because you know what? I believe that if it touches the life of one person, and guess what, y'all? It has made a difference in the lives of many. That's what's up, you guys. Wally Waiters here. And I'm thanking you guys for tuning in. I'm thanking you guys for tapping in, and I'm thanking you guys for turning on. It's wonderful to be back, you guys, and thank you for your heart support, especially you, Mary Wright, and whoever else you are right now. You guys, what I'm going to say, 2 things I always use to close my message. Number 1, I believe in you. And I believe that together, we have got this. This is Wally Waiters, the conscious, very freaking conscious creator, sending love and hope. And I want to tell you, you have value, you have worth, and you have love. Peace out.